In 1999, mvrdv launches their project Metacity Datatown. A video installation in De Stroom in The Hague, accompanied with a book. This presentation will try to visualize their ideas. Let us imagine an empty and infinite space. A grid organizes this space and creates sectors. These sectors will be used to stack information, resulting in a field of towers. Every sector will get a code, whereas each tower will be named in order to give these sectors identity. This system creates endless possibilities of data stacking. We start in Sector 0, Tower mvrdv. This photo pictures the architects Winnie Moss, Nathalie de Vries and Jacob van Rijs on an abstract urban canvas. We see a high-rise building. The frog's perspective emphasizes their desire to go high, to build high. We see stairs going up. They could represent their ideas of circulation, as a seamless transition between spaces. There is a sense of transparency, something they use frequently in their architecture. A transparent layer that addresses the virtuality behind our concrete world. In Sector -1, Tower Architecture, we will briefly introduce their work. From bottom to top, Villa VPRO, Expo 2000, Silo Dam, Glass Farm, Markt Hall, Crystal House. Recurring themes and strategies are diagrams, stacking, mixed program, projection, transparency, verticality and density. In Sector -2, Tower Context and Paradigma, we will compare mvrdv to their architectural and pop cultural contemporaries. Winnie Moss and Jacob van Rijs started their careers at OMA. Rem Koolhaas can be seen as the inspirator of a Dutch generation of architects, the Super Dutch. They mark the shift from an architecture which criticizes society to a more pragmatic approach. They are very dirty realists. They work with whatever they find, pretty or ugly. The diagram is an essential tool, articulated in their architecture. Gilles Deleuze postulates that the concrete contains all our knowledge, and that the virtual possesses knowledge potential. The transition from virtual to concrete is fluid and complex. mvrdv uses this idea in Metacity Datatown as well as in their architecture, in which the virtual is often emphasized. This virtuality is brought to life in the film The Matrix, a simulation created by robots, and in the game Unreal Tournament, a pioneer in 3D gaming technology, something mvrdv uses as well. In Sector -3, Tower Broader Context, we will discuss the digital and information revolution around 1999. A mass production and distribution of cell phones and internet opens the door for the high-tech society we live in today. The era is characterized by a lot of optimism in the future, technology, capitalism, and cooperation. This optimistic attitude defines mvrdv big time. In Sector 1, Tower Publications, the question rises, how can we present a city without realistic parameters, like Costa Iberica? Pig City is an extension of Datatown, a 3D world that shows a city of only buildings for the purpose of pig consumption worldwide. All of these publications are three-dimensional representations of a virtual world. In Sector 2, Tower Metacity Datatown, we will discuss the project itself. It is a video installation in a book, a manifest about cities and data. In Metacity they show how factual cities in the present are rather described with data instead of personal interactions. Datatown is based upon only data. It is a virtual city that wants to be described by information, a city without topography, ideology, representation, it has zero context. Datatown is based upon a series of assumptions, divided in sectors. They are constructed on a series of what-ifs, extremizing the concrete reality. This leads to questions with consequences for the real world. What are its implications? What assumptions can be identified? What agenda could result from this numerical approach? Datatown will always be in progress. Its evolution is endless. In Sector 3, Tower 2021, we see a society dominated by technology and data. A virtual world embedded in reality, responsible for many concrete experiences. Today, can we still use Datatown as a model to represent this complex reality? How can we exaggerate scenarios for a world that is already virtually extremized? How can we face the challenges of our era?